In this lesson, we're looking at units and perimeter. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to convert between units and calculate the perimeter of various shapes. Before we get into it, in terms of converting units, hopefully this is fairly comfortable for you, but we can convert 1 kilometer into 1,000 meters. So we're just changing how many meters in 1 kilometer, and we multiply it to get that many things. 1 centimeter is 1 on 100 meters, because if there's 100 centimeters to a meter, 1 centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. 1 millimeter is 1/1000th of a meter, or we could say it's 1/10th of a centimeter, depending on what we want to do. So for linear units, this table is really helpful for converting. Kilometers to meters we times by 1,000, times by 100 to centimeters, times by 10 to get millimeters, and to go the other way, we just divide the values. So have a go at these questions here where we're converting units in centimeters, then we're expressing in meters, in millimeters, and then in kilometers. Answers will be up in 5 seconds. Now have a go at this where we're converting to the units given. So here we've said 6 centimeters in millimeters, 3,000 meters in kilometers, so on and so forth. Answers will be up in 5 seconds for these questions. When we look at the perimeter is really just the distance around an object. So when we say the length of the perimeter, we're saying if you were to walk around the object or measure the outside of the object, how far would it be? So consider the perimeter for the following figures. We want to know how many units are each of these. So we can say if we go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth, we get the value for our perimeter. So have a go at these, real simple, just to figure out, given a grid using just units as the term, what is the perimeter of these objects? Answers will be up in 5 seconds. Now we're going to look at the perimeter for squares, rectangles, rhombuses, parallelograms, and kites. To start off with, a square and a rhombus. A square and a rhombus is just a pushed over square. So if a square has equal sides, its perimeter would just be 4 times the length of its side. So we can say that the perimeter for a square and a rhombus is just 4s, where s represents side length. For a rectangle, a parallelogram, and a kite, they have 2 pairs of equal sides in both cases. So with a kite, these two are equal and these two are equal, and that's what these little double lines mean, these little parallel train tracks. These mean that that line is equal to that line. For a parallelogram, it's exactly the same. These two are the same and these two are the same. Just like in a rectangle, these two are the same and these two are the same. So if the perimeter is just A plus B plus A plus B as we're going around, we can just say that the perimeter is 2 lots of A plus B. So we can simplify it into this equation here. Use this information to find the perimeter for each of the following shapes given here. Answers will be up in 5 seconds. Now have a go at this. We're using the formula to find the perimeter of the following figures. We've got some squares, some rectangles, some rhombuses, and a kite. So make sure in your solutions you're writing what the equation is for this formula and then find its value. Answers are up in 5 seconds. Now we're using sort of a real-world worded scenario. You've got a square field that has sides of length 850 meters. Find the cost of fencing the field with 3 strands of wire. So just like in the picture, a top, a middle, and a bottom wire, if the wire costs $1.35 per meter. So use our perimeter formula and the cost of the wire, knowing that you have 3 strands. Find how much we need to spend. Answer is up in 5 seconds. This concludes our video on calculating perimeter. Good luck out there. See you in the next video.